right, we just are at the Stonewell Ranch. I'm gonna flip my camera around here. I have the agent Lee that is going to give us a tour here, and cool. Oh well, I'm just gonna flip the camera around here while you get the view. So this is the entrance, and you can kind of see the thing here. Haley. Okay. Not a problem. I'm just okay. I'll be walking in just shortly here. I'm just filming the front of it. Okay. All right. So that was Lee, the agent, saying that she's unlocked the house, and let's go in and let's check out this beautiful ranch. So, I mean, this is on a whole different level, as you can see. This has a lot of wow factor. I mean, a lot of wow factor. All right. So, come in the courtyard. And there's my buddy Lee. She's in there turning the lights on. And you have, let this camera kind of readjust, you have a grand entrance into this property. I mean, there's spectacular views. All right. Hey, Lee. You're not camera shy, are you? Good.
Welcome.
Well, give me a tour.
I would love to. So this is great room living. They've got amazing desert landscaping, lots of really neat imported plants, so you kind of get a great view of that as you come in. Off the entry foyer, I would take this as a den.
Okay.
I would not make this a dining room because there's a huge dining room there.
Okay.
But she has this antique table that she had nowhere to put it, and I doubt they've ever used it, but
Okay.
to me this would make a great home office.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, nice light bright room right off the front.
Right off the front, you can
Yep.
see somebody coming in.
Yep. So
Yeah.
great. So then, like I said, you've got a great huge gourmet kitchen, sub-zero refrigerator, Wolf gas range, large dining space here with seating for 8, and then a large island. You can also have stools out. They had a few more on this side that I think they took them when they moved out, but really neat hand-hammered copper sink.
Hammer, copper sink, yes.
Yeah, some distressed cabinets, pantry here, but you know, beautiful ceiling details throughout the home. Lots of hand-laid brick, Cantera stone throughout. A gas fireplace in the great room as well. And we might as well, we can go down this hallway. They're identical guest bedrooms. They're both big enough for king beds.
Okay.
I think I mentioned to you they've already moved out. So the 2 guest rooms are already empty. This room looks out at the courtyard.
Okay. This is looking out at the courtyard.
And then walk-in closet on this room, and then ensuite bath. And then the same thing for this room, only this one will look out onto the back of the house. It also has a walk-in closet. And then this has doors that go out to the side yard, which you could, go out to the backyard that way. There is also a built-in, this room has a built-in beverage center. And then this bathroom's a little larger, and it does have access to the backyard. That way if you were sitting out on the patio,
Okay.
you could also let guests come in and use
Come
this
in
bathroom.
and use this.
Yeah. There is not a pool here. However, there's space for a swimming pool very easily, and I can show you where that is
Okay.
when we go outside.
And then this goes out to the garage.
Oh yeah, actually, let's go that way. I apologize. Yes, so down here is your laundry.
Laundry.
And backup refrigerator. There's a full-size fridge here, tons of storage, and cabinetry. some skylights. And then this would technically take you to the garage. At one time, this was a 4-car garage.
Okay.
Because they wanted more of like a rec room space, they
This
converted 2 stalls
Uh-huh.
to this bonus room space. They had it as a music studio. They kind of used this space as a mudroom as you come in from the barns.
Okay.
They just didn't need to store 4 cars because most trucks don't fit in garages anyways. So this door goes out to the backyard.
What's that door go to? Is that just a
Air conditioning.
air conditioning
Yeah.
closet? Okay. All right.
And then this still takes you to the 2-car garage here.
This makes a great studio.
Yeah, you could do so much with it. You make exercise room and, you know, they kind of exercise and play music, but you do still have a 2-car garage.
Okay.
They have quasi moved out to the back of the house,
Okay.
but, you know, it's not everything gone. And then the nice thing is this room here off of the, is a huge storage that is air cooled. It's locked because they have like guns and things. But
Okay.
if you look in the garage, it's literally the entire
The
length of that 2-stall garage.
Of that. Okay,
It's
going back.
it's
so
huge.
it's be a great Christmas room.
Correct. And in fact, that's what it was. She's taken some of her stuff
Yeah.
out here, but they also have like a big gun safe, and I'm sure that's why he left it locked.
Yeah.
And this also does go out to the front courtyard,
courtyard.
which is great. Now, I should preface, she lost her dad about 2 weeks ago, so they've not been on property for like 3 weeks. We've had
Okay.
2 huge storms, and she said, I don't know what the yard will look like because nobody's been there. Their yard guy comes once a month to do big trimming, and then they have their kind of ranch hands.
Ranch
But
hands due to the
they're
rest
gone
of it.
for the summer because they moved the horses out. So
Okay.
there hasn't really been anyone here for like 3 weeks. So I
Okay.
apologize if the yard
That's all right.
doesn't look the best. Okay, so then back through the like kitchen great room, there is a really nice little formal powder bath, and then the primary suite, and it also has another secondary space that would work great as another home office. But here's like formal
Powder room.
Powder room,
And that has that pounded copper sink with an inlay on it, design.
Yeah, it's got some neat detail work. And then here's your primary suite. It's a really nice big sitting room, another gas fireplace. Bedroom is huge. They've got the blinds closed obviously because no one's here, but this has a beautiful view out to the backyard as well. They just had all of the stucco redone and painted. So all of the walls on the house, all of the surrounding perimeter fencing, everything's been newly coated and then painted. And this she uses her office.
Okay.
I will say you get an amazing view of Four Peaks from here. She actually had a writing desk right kind of where you're standing. But you get an amazing view of the mountains. This is a rose garden here. So in the spring and fall, this is just loaded with roses. And then this is a pathway that you can walk right out to the barn.
Okay.
And over here will be the primary bath, his and hers, vanities, large toilet room, huge walk-in closet, and then some great storage for like, towels and all that good stuff and whatever else.
All right. Walk-in closet, plenty of room.
Yeah, nice and big room. And then there's a huge shower that goes back behind on this corner. And then this is a really great patio.
All right.
So this patio, they just redid. This has a brand new roof on it. And then this is a spa, so you can come out at night, take a nice little jacuzzi, relax.
All right.
And then this walkway does take you around to the barn as well.
Okay.
I'll take you through the main living space just because we haven't gone out the backyard yet.
Okay.
So essentially you've got about 5,400 square feet of living space, all one level. Really nice separate flow too, which I think is ideal. So this house sits on 5 acres, and then we've got 26 stalls, a working round pen, a small arena, and then a preview arena, and then 6 turnouts. All of the turnouts do have automatic waterers and shade structures.
Okay.
Here's your covered back patio space. And then this comes down to more patio here. And this fireplace is not gas, it is wood burning. I think just for more of that outside experience,
Outside, yeah.
they left it wood burning. But if you wanted to put a pool, this would be, in my opinion, the ideal location. You could take out those set of trees there, bring a nice patio down and put your pool right down in that base area.
Yeah.
They never wanted one because of the maintenance with
Yep.
the horses and the dust, but certainly room for one.
Yeah, it's a viewing terrace then too.
Yeah, it has a huge view deck that it's basically this whole section here. You're welcome to take a quick jaunt up there if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll go up there. That's always a
The
views are always
yeah,
a selling thing, right?
the views are really nice.
All right, there you go. There's your $1 million view. .360-degree mountain view.
Okay.
All right.
So then off this direction is all of the barn and all the fun stuff. If they didn't want 26 stalls, they are MD barns, which are modular. They did do some stucco exterior to them so they would match the house, but they are very easy to take apart.
Okay.
So if you didn't need them and wanted more riding space, etc. This is where they do some pole bending and riding here in this space. And then the main barns are over here. Nice warm out.
It is a little warm today.
So all of these stalls do have automatic waterers and mats on the floors and a fly system. And so you can kind of see we've got 4 down this way and 2 more here. So there's 6 stalls on this barn.
Okay.
And actually, since you're going that way, if you want to look at kind of the end of here, you'll
Oh,
see
you got, there's one
there's
that's,
2 paddocks, and those paddocks are what you can view from, these 2 paddocks are what you can also see from the primary bedroom. So basically the primary bedroom spa is just right over there to the left. So these are the 2 main paddocks. There's kind of a bridle path that takes you all the way around this property.
Okay.
So really easy to walk them down. Like I said, automatic waters and shade. This is a smaller arena, kind of a preview arena, great place to turn out. And then we've got 8 more, I want to say it's 8 stalls on this barn. We have a total of 24. So down here at the end, they had kind of a...
did they have
like
Arabians
kitchen.
here, or what?
Originally, this was built as an Arabian breeding farm. The current owners are quarter horse people, so they're more of like ranch riding
Okay.
people.
All right.
This is like a refrigerator combo and then washer dryer space. So this kind of a flex space. You could use it for anything.
Yep. Wash up, clean up.
Yeah. There are separate tack rooms, so
Okay.
really that's kind of nicer to be more like a little office or something. But so yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 more stalls here, and then this back corner where it's all gated, that's actually like a double stall, so it can be used for like mares and babies.
Okay.
But you'll notice all of these stalls are not 12 by 12, they're like 12 by 16. They're really deep. So they're really nice, roomy stalls. Lots of great ventilation, you know, nice fans, all of that. So it's great big space for the horses. Over here we have a round pen that does have lighting. And then I'll take you down this way. This is kind of a fun spot. There was space here for the goats. So this operates a really great goats or mini pigs, anything that's small that you might want to keep on property and keep them safely. Down here there are 4 mare motels. And these stalls also have automatic waterers. And then there's a wash bay down here at the end. And this is set up kind of once you wean the babies, you can bring them down here. It's a little more social because they're just metal pipe between them, so they're kind of close by. So grooming and wash bay here. And then this is a little storage shed for all of kind of your ranch equipment, etc. And someone left the door open, but anyway.
Gives you an idea.
Yeah, there's a water heater there for the,
On
you know,
demand.
so if you want to give them a bath in the wintertime, they're not ice cold water. These 4, it's basically like a big storage container that they turned into a tack room. So those 4 doors slide up. You can tack as many as 4 horses at the same time.
Okay.
And then those are set up for nice tack. There are 2 or more additional paddocks behind there. And then there are these 2 paddocks here. So basically you have 6 huge paddocks for turnout space on this property, as well as the small preview arena and the space to ride. Now, if you'd like, we can go to the back 5 acres. We could close up this house and just drive back there. It's
Yeah.
hot. I don't want to walk. If
Yeah.
you don't mind.
Yep.
But I'll take you back. There's one more barn to see on this property, and then we can go tour what's at the back side because you can see some of it from here.
Okay.
But this property line essentially stops where the fence is. So that
Where this fence is. Okay.
right on the, actually, so where you see where the hay is?
Yep.
That's on the next property.
Okay.
So these are still our paddocks that are for turnout.
Okay.
So like I said, we have a total of 6 of those, and then there is another 8-stall barn over here. And this barn also has the same really nice big stalls. It's basically identical.
What do they get for this area for boarding?
Boarding out here is about $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month?
Yeah, and then if they want, in fact, that's what, when they bought this, they did have a trainer here with horses that were, were not their own, and that's why they bought this place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like $1,000 a month, and then plus extra for like grain and turn out any kind of that stuff. And then obviously training is on top of that. But yeah, you could run a big business out of here. I have another client that I sold her a 52 stall barn, and she's completely full. There's always people looking for boarding facilities.
Wow. I mean, this, how many horses?
So there's 26 stalls total between this barn, that one, and then the 4 stalls down.
26.
Yeah.
So literally,
26,000 a month. Uh-huh.
You're bordering.
Yeah, and
Houses,
that
there are
would
horses.
be, obviously you'd back out your feed and cleaning fee, but the funny thing is, you also can add back on, like if you grain them, if you turn the horses out, if you blanket them in the winter, the price just goes up and up and up. The
And
nice
then
thing too is,
riding from here, far as trails wise.
so that's what I was just gonna say, if they picked up the back parcel, it dead ends at the preserve.
At the
So you have
preserve.
direct preserve access from this property.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Oh, it's totally.
Especially if you ended up deciding that, hey, maybe it is a good idea to.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to use this for something outside of their own horses, the beauty of the back property is there's 2 more houses back there, so you could hire a trainer and have him live in one and be the trainer of the horses. You could give a groom the smaller house that would do all the cleaning, or there is parking and a connection for an RV, so you could put like a stall guy in an RV, and
Okay.
they can come right through that gate there. The possibilities are endless, I would say, with this property, because you get such a high quality main home that like the owners can live in, and then if you did want to run it as a business, there would be housing that you could provide for people that, not that you have to provide housing, but some of these horse trainers are great horse trainers, and if you keep them on property, you get all their time,
Yep.
So it's a little bit more valuable that way. But there's so much space here. This property is currently on a shared well, and
Okay.
it shares with the neighbor directly across the street. There's only 2 people on the well. They just put in a brand new pump.
Okay.
And so they haven't done that since she owned it. So I mean, it's probably about once every 10 years you service something like that.
Are they down about 600 feet here?
I don't know the depth of this well. I know they haven't had any trouble with it, but they did. That's the nice thing too. The house behind, they added a private well to it. So if you bought all 10 acres, you'd then have your own private well.
Okay.
So there's kind of an advantage all the way around, really. And like I said, the whole house was just repainted, I want to say just in March.
Okay.
They went with this lighter color. It used to be kind of a mustardy color, and they just refinished all the wood doors too. So you notice all the wood, they just had everything redone and everything
nice.
repainted. Yeah. They've taken really good care of it. They've owned it 9 years.
They picked a decent color.
Yes.
I previewed a house in PV that's painted butter.
And then if you want, we can shut that off. And
Yep.
Is that okay? And then
Yep.
I'll shut down the lights real fast.
Okay, this is the second half of this property, which is being sold separately. It's another 5 acres. Has 2 houses on it. And let me flip it around here. So right back here, that is the preserve. So right there is the access to the preserve. Now you got the 2 houses here. As we come in here, we're just gonna cute little courtyard, and then on this 5 acre parcel, Lee, what's the asking price on this? 2 million.
Yep. And this one is, this house is about 1,800 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath plus an office.
Okay.
So you have kind of a big great room concept here. And there's 2 houses on this back parcel, plus a 40 by 40 air conditioned garage and direct access to the park, preserve.
That's
so you
nice.
can literally trail ride right off property. That's why they purchased this, so that they could have all their horses on that property and trail ride. They did put in also this huge arena, which is like 230 by 150, I want to say.
Okay.
That's a roping arena. So, nice kitchen space. It's got a little pantry, wet bar area. Not in the most show perfect condition because they left town to go to a funeral, I
Yeah.
mentioned. And they moved to this back house because their idea was they'd sell the front one and
then
keep the back because they're downsizing. And then after the 2 years, so they could avoid capital gain, then sell this one.
Gotcha.
But they are willing to sell all 10 because I keep telling them I think that's really where the value is. Especially if people like to ride, because you get that huge working arena and then you have space for help. Like this would make a great house for trainers.
Yes.
So you got a nice attached bath, walk-in closet. This is the den here. It could be a bedroom. When they rented it to some friends, they used it as a bedroom, but it doesn't have a freestanding closet.
Yeah.
So, and then you have a hall bath here, and then bedroom here, and laundry, and then your attached 2-car garage, which has nothing to do with the 40 by 40 air conditioned garage.
Okay.
And then we can walk next door to the casita, which is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath property.
Yep.
So if you kind of head over this little walkway, so this is the casita. It does have a drive-through garage, so you can enter it from either side. There is also a view deck on top of that garage.
Oh, okay.
So whoever would live back here could enjoy that
The views,
same view, yeah.
having their margaritas up
Yeah,
on
and
the
I guess
deck.
I should point out, the backyard space on this house has a huge fireplace and then a really pretty rock water feature. The water feature is not on right now, but really pretty
Sure.
rock water feature and a nice patio. You could barbecue and that kind of thing.
Yeah, this is
There's
nice
some
size area.
Little, relaxing space back here too. And this house, they remodeled the interior about 2 years ago. It's really cute, I think. So this is a nice, just huge, great room, open concept. You have one full bath there, laundry, fun kitchen space. It also could work great as like a clubhouse if you did keep a trainer in the house next door and you wanted somewhere to entertain clients. This would make an ideal little clubhouse space for people to hang out. And then you could do like a barn office here. There are 2 bedrooms, but you could utilize this space for really anything. So.
Oh, these are nice size.
Yeah, nice size bedrooms, nice high ceilings.
Yeah.
They redid this whole space, like I said, about 2 years ago. So nice luxury vinyl, low maintenance, easy to care for.
Yeah, these are nice size rooms in here.
Yeah, I mean, you could use one as like a nice guest suite. You could Airbnb this place. I mean, from an income perspective, you could cut this up so many different ways.
Yes,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Because you could make this just a cute little ranch, Airbnb, and offer up a couple stalls where people would stay part of the year. You could make it a clubhouse. You could make it the groom's house. If you offer housing, then you usually don't offer them much salary. So there's just so many different ways to split up the income if you wanted to, or just offer a family compound. Let your kids move on property with you and grandkids or whatever.
And
there's so
that's
much space.
Yeah, that's a wow. Now this shed that we see right out here in the back, that's the
So that's for hay storage.
hay
and
storage?
tractor parking. I'll show you
Okay.
that. But I'll show you where the 40 by 40 garage is.
Yeah.
And it's air conditioned. You'll love it in there.
Oh, nice.
So that is, as you can see, this property is completely contained by chain link fencing. So it does really help with, critters on the property. I mean, obviously they can still jump fences and all of the things, but I do think it helps. The main trail access is that mobile gate right there in the corner.
Right there, yeah.
And you can literally, this is the preserve, you can ride for hours and hours and hours.
Now, was this a controlled burn that we see back here, or was this just got close?
There was a fire about 5 years ago. They called it the Diamond Rim Fire. It was when those Shea homes were going in.
Okay.
And one of the contractors was irresponsible, and the next thing you knew, the desert caught fire, and they used fire retardant and got it out. So yeah, no. They actually lost a hay storage building, but that was it.
Okay.
And that was, unfortunately, that wasn't just a random accident with some construction guys. So this space here, as I mentioned, is 40 by 40. It is, I think it's supposed to say, I might have to look this one up. Okay. So, this is amazing space for anyone who likes to tinker with cars, motors, engines, tools. You could turn it into event space. I mean, it's completely air cooled. Obviously he's used it as a garage.
Yep.
And tinkers around. This wall that's here is not permanent. So this can come down, and then it's truly just a split 40 by 40.
Okay.
They just kind of put this up as a temporary space to house, some
Highs,
shelving.
yeah,
and stuff like
shelving
that.
and stuff. Yep.
Yeah, but this is great space.
Yeah.
2 double wide doors there. So this property has more buildings on it, but not to the level of the front house, you know? So this is sort of a compound type setup. There's something for everybody.
There is.
These storage containers would go with them. Those would not convey. They actually are property of their business.
Okay.
So they have storage. They use those for storage for their business. But nice slab parking out here. Again, you can see the chain link fence that goes all the way around. And then you can really see that arena. I mean, it's a fabulous arena. And then they did a little seated space that's covered. It does have power and water. So if you were entertaining and wanted to have some friends, you know, hang out while you guys were roping cows. They did have cows on property. It looks like they may have moved them off, but there is space for cows to live right by where all that hay is.
Okay.
And then, you know, you can just run them around and put them right into the chute. So it's pretty easy. And then that's where they have trailer parking. They also used it for more hay storage since they're not here for the summer. They've obviously put extra vehicles and stuff in there. And then you see right now, in fact, if you come this direction, as we're driving out, I can point it out to you, but there is a big building or big pump that's coming out of the ground. That's where the brand new private well is. It's right there next to that structure.
Oh, okay.
So, and there is room. They were actually contemplating, I think they were talking about putting a barn in right here.
Okay.
If they sold off the front, there's obviously plenty of space if you wanted to add another barn back here. You know, there's plenty of room.
Yeah.
So, but that's pretty much this back space. I have, I can send you the old listing so you can have all the specifics, but essentially you've got a total of 4 bedrooms back here in between the 2 houses, and yeah, another 5 acres of land, plus a private well.
Big property.
Yeah.
Nice property.
Possibilities are endless. And as you can see, I don't know if you paid attention driving in, some big money has moved out here since they bought. There's a huge, really famous trainer who just developed like all of that land directly.
On the other side?
Yeah, so they've got, I don't know, probably 100 head of horses over there. They're all, I want to say reining horses.
Okay.
And yeah, there's definitely some big ranch money that's back here. A lot of working horsemen that are back here now. It's pretty cool.
Yes, very cool.
So yeah, if you guys, I mean, if she wants.
All right. This is driving back from that back 5 acres, so you can see what we got going on here. There's the new well. And then this is, we're coming up to a gate, so it even has its own separate gate coming in to the back here. Driving, chewing gum, and filming at the same time. So we got all this property over here. Your neighbors, that's the one that they share their well with in the front. I believe it's that one, or it could be this one here, I'm not sure. I have to ask on that again. But riding area. This, I mean, this is nice out here. This is really nice. Like you said, big money out here. Can't help to think that you invest in a property over here and you'll do well. On return. And there we go. Rio Verde Drive. There you go.